Welcome back to KP's Kingdom, and today is an inside-out stuffed roast lamb. Let's make our stuffing first. We want 3 pieces of bread, and we want 100ml or 3.5 ounces of milk. We're going to put that milk over the bread. We want to make sure the bread soaks up as much milk as possible. So just stir it around, and we're going to leave that for about half an hour, thereabouts. And then we'll go and squeeze out the milk, just like I'm doing there. And what we end up with is this like glue type product, which is going to help hold our stuffing together. We want an onion, just a rough chop, nothing too precise. And this recipe did not turn out the way it was originally going to be. I nearly gave up on the whole thing, but when I finally cooked it and sunk my teeth into that beautiful tender meat, I've just thought I've got to share this with you. So this is, as it happened, we've cut out a little bit of our mistakes. Alright, you've seen me do this before. We're just going to zest 1 lemon. We just want the zest, we don't want the pith. Alright. So this recipe I've had in a cookbook series for a long time. And yeah, I just got a few things wrong, but I'll share these with you. It's all good. Alright, I'm going to put in some dried herbs. Use the herbs that you like. I just used a Italian mixed herb. And we want some pork sausages. Yep, that's right. Now the idea is we're going to make this sausage type stuffing to put inside of our lamb. That was the original idea, but you'll see soon what really happens. So just squeeze the mince out of the casing, just like I'm doing there. We're going to add 1 egg, and now we've got the task of trying to mix all of this together. You can see I've already got my gloves on because I know what's going to happen. So I start off with the spoon and start mixing through the breadcrumb, the onion, the herbs, the spices, and the sausage, and just slowly try to incorporate all of this. Something I didn't film for this is I added some black pepper. Okay, freshly ground black pepper. Not a lot, just a little bit. And this is a really nice stuffing. I want to try making this again and put it inside of a turkey, or maybe even a boned chicken. It's got a beautiful flavour to it. And the reason we use pork, I've used pork sausages, is the butcher's already jammed tons of flavour into it. So, and all of that comes through. Alright, here's our leg of lamb. You can see where the butcher has started to cut through on the lower part of the leg. We don't want that. We're just going to cut that and put that to one side. Now I don't do a lot of butchery, so I'm going to speed this up in a little bit. But what I need to do, first things first, this great big piece of fat on the side, I'm getting rid of that. I don't really want to ingest that type of fat. What we also want to do is locate roughly where our bone is, and we're working out just by feeling and pressing where the bone actually goes. So all I do is I run my little knife. This is actually a pocketing knife. It's a very specialised knife, but it works really well for filleting. And all you do is just keep running your knife down along the bone and then around the bone, and within a little bit of time we'll end up with the bone removed and all that beautiful meat left behind. At this point you could get some, once you've taken the bone out, you could just roll it up with some kitchen string, catering string, and you could just roast it off as is. But this recipe was for a stuffed lamb leg. So, slowly working my way down around the bone. And the other thing too, by buying a leg of lamb like this, and we're recording this in very early spring, and spring lamb does, well, it's very inexpensive compared to the rest of the year, where lamb is just astronomically stupid prices. This was $9.99 a kilo. So if you're uninitiated, 1 kilo is 2.2 pounds. There's our bone. It was a 2.245 leg to start with. Once we took that bone out, we were down to about a 2 kilo piece, maybe a little bit less. And what I'm doing here is I'm just going to open the meat up a little bit to allow our stuffing to sit in there. Now you can buy pre-boned legs of lamb from your supermarket or your butcher, which in all honesty was probably a better way to go. They do a bit better job at filleting the lamb than I do. And here we are, we're putting our stuffing on top. Now, the idea was to roll this lamb and have the stuffing on the inside, but I could not get it to work. The stuffing seemed a little bit wet, and after consulting with my better half, my wife, and I lost the plot. You don't see me throwing things around the kitchen, which almost happened, and we had to come down with a new strategy. Alright, out the front we've got a rosemary bush. We've got 2 or 3 rosemary bushes out the front there, and I'm getting some fresh rosemary, re-strategizing, and we're going to stuff this lamb inside out. We're going to cook it with the stuffing on the outside. Alright, you can see my failed attempt there at trying to roll the lamb. And I'd rather be upfront and honest with you guys, but this worked out so well. Because we've got the stuffing and it's sitting on top, and we're using the pork sausage mince, and these are a very fatty little chipolata type sausage that we buy from our local supermarket, and it did an amazing job at keeping this lamb so juicy and tender. So downside was the recipe did not work originally, but I came up with a brand new process of cooking lamb, and I'm doing this in the barbecue, you'll see in a minute, and keeping this lamb incredibly tender. I've dug out my roasting pan, I'm putting some water in the bottom, that's going to come up as steam from underneath the lamb, and we'll also catch any of the lamb fat because we've put what's left of our fat cap down. We're going to put our sprigs of rosemary that we've just cut. I've just given those a very quick rinse under some water just to get rid of any construction dust. We've got a lot of construction going on around here. I don't want to eat concrete dust, so I'm just giving it a quick wash. I'm just going to lay the lamb fat cap side down, or what was left of it, and we're just going to lay that on top of there. You can see here the steam's coming up, and we've got that barbecue sitting at about 180 degrees Celsius, and we cooked that off for around about an hour 15 to an hour 20 at 180, and of course we got our thermometer and checked for an internal temperature of 63 degrees Celsius, centigrade, Celsius, whichever of the two. Guys, great new way of cooking some lamb. We've got the smoky flavour from the barbecue. I added a couple of smoking chips. Sorry I didn't film that. But anyhow, thank you for watching. If you like this video, hit that like button. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. I want you to make this at home. Leave a comment, and I will catch you next time. Bye.